this video, we will explain how to create a new employee record in Primo Payroll. To do this, make sure that you are on the home page, the page you land on when you log in to Primo Payroll. If you are on some other screen, click this little icon with the image of a house. Now, click this plus icon on top of the employee list to open the new employee record screen. The screen has several sections split into 4 tabs. On the main tab, complete the personal section and then enter the contact details. At least 2 lines of the address and a valid postcode should be entered for RTI purposes. If you wish to send the payslips, P60s, etc. by email to your employees, set the communication method to email. Pay frequency. If you are operating multiple pay frequencies, you will need to select the relevant pay frequency for the employee. Select the payment method relevant to the employee. If you choose a method other than cash or cheque, you must complete the bank account details. Working pattern. Calculation of statutory payments, such as sick pay and maternity pay, are worked out using the employee's contracted working days per week. For a new employee record, Primo will default to all weekdays. You can create new patterns using the working pattern icon on the settings page. Basic salary. You can set up the employee on an annual basic method or hourly rate method. If the employee is on an annual salary contract, enter the annual basic. If the employee is on an hourly rate contract, enter the hourly rate and standard hours per week. During the payroll run, Primo will automatically calculate the basic salary using these values. Please note that if both annual basic and hourly rate are specified, annual basic will take precedence over the hourly rate. Specify the employee's start date for this employment. The start date is important information that will be reported to HMRC and also used by Primo to determine the postponement end date for auto-enrolment purposes. Starter Declaration tab. You must complete this section so that the payroll is set up with the required parameters to calculate tax and student loan deductions correctly. For a new starter declaration type determines the tax code to be used. If you are creating the record for an existing employee, select Existing Employee and ignore the rest. For a new starter, select C if the tax code on the P45 is BR 0T, D0 or D1. Select B if the tax code on the P45 is other than the above. If there is no P45, use the value declared by the employee on the starter checklist form. For the remaining fields, such as student loan, tax code, total pay and total tax, etc., copy the values from the P45. Next is the HMRC tab. Tax code and tax basis. For new starters with a P45, Primo will apply the values from the Starter Declaration section. For an existing employee, please specify the tax code and the basis. Select an appropriate NI category letter from the drop-down list. Use the NI number available on the P45 or starter checklist as relevant. Student loan deduction. For a new starter, Primo will default to the values specified on the Starter Declaration section. For existing employees, set the option and start date as relevant. Previous payroll number. If you are transferring your payroll from another software, you must specify the existing payroll number here. This number will be used by HMRC to match the employee record on their systems. Set the option Irregularly Paid Employee to Yes if the employee is not expected to be paid every pay period. This is to avoid HMRC treating the employee as a leaver if there are no payments for 12 consecutive weeks. If you intend to pay your employees using Bank Bulk Payment Facility, you must complete the employee's bank account details in this tab. Click Save to save the changes and exit the screen.